Okay, I'm Fash and I'm with
George Rose.
CEO of No Limit. All right, I'm going to ask you a few questions, okay? So you've been around sports management and promoting for a long time now. What do you think a promoter usually look for when signing a boxer? Especially when there's so many boxers trying to make it.
Yeah, look, do you know what? I reckon that there's different types of boxers that you can sign. There's fighters that you think might go on to be a world champion. There's fighters that are fun fighters that really get the crowd behind them. They might not be world champion quality, but they've got great personality and they bring something else to the ring and they bring something else to a fight card. And again, there's great domestic fighters who might not go all the way to a world title, but they're able to be in really exciting, really good Australian fights. And I think there's a combination of different people that you look for, especially when you're building a card, but when you're building a roster as well, because you want to keep working with those ones that are good to work with.
Right. So for the boxers that you really sign, what are the qualities do they have that set them apart from the others?
I think it's probably those main things is, true world title potential. Mm-hmm. I think that we've got a couple signed now that are really headed down that path where they will become, a guy like Callum Peters. I think that he could be anything. He really could be. He's one of our best talents that I think we've had come through the amateur system in quite some time, and he's a really special one. And then you've got guys like Ahmed Redder who didn't have as deep of an amateur career, but he's got this real charisma about him.
Yeah, he's entertaining.
Yeah, and he's got that. And again, you don't know what he could be. He could be something. He could be anything. So there's a lot of fighters out there that are real unknowns. I mean, even when we signed Tim Zhu originally.
Yeah.
We believed that he could be something. A lot of people didn't think that he would go on to the levels that he's gone on to, and that just shows what he has. And then someone like Sam Goodman, again, people always thought that he was a great amateur who would go on to great things, and he's now at that point where he's nearly at a world title. So he's a really exciting one as well too. So you never know, but yeah. I think anyone that we work with that's been good to work with, it always makes it easier. We can't. It's hard to work with difficult people. They're easier than it is to work with. It makes everything flow a lot smoother.
So talking about difficult people, what are the 3 pet peeves you have in a boxer? Over the years, I'm sure you have a lot.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. I want to be careful with what I say here because it could almost describe someone. But yeah, I mean that's a starter. Professionalism. So make them wait. Doing your training, working hard, like ticking all of the boxes, doing the little things right, making yourself available for media and other opportunities. As a boxer, as a professional boxer, 50% of the job's done in the ring. The other 50%, maybe even more, is done out of the ring. What you do to promote yourself, to build a fan base, to be willing to do interviews and talk to other people. It's not comfortable for everyone, but even if it's not comfortable for you, if you're showing that you're willing to do it, it makes life a lot easier because you have to do it. It's part of the professional side of it. And I think I just
so
think
you got to have professionalism.
I think professionalism. I think
being available,
and I think also your values as a person. Like if you're if you're a shit person, it's hard for anyone.
Don't be a shit cunt.
Don't be a shit. You said it.
All right. So next one. Who do you think, it could be someone in No Limit or just any boxer that you know, is the complete package and people should look at them as an example and as a blueprint?
Yeah, wow. That's a tough one because
Who do you really like right now?
In our squad, I like everyone. I love everyone.
Whoever. Past or present.
Total package. I think Ryan Garcia is a. I think he's a star, but there's the difficulties that he's had in the past too. So maybe he's not the complete package. Shakur Stevenson is, as a boxer, is a complete package, but there's a little something missing in the engagement and side of things. But I don't know. There's so many great boxers. I wouldn't want to discredit anyone because, and I don't know who you'd call the perfect one. That's a really good question.
Okay, build your own then. Build your own perfect boxer that you would like to work with.
Tyson Fury's personality,
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson's ability, and any of the Australian fighters' values.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Okay, so next one. Straight up question. Why do you think a lot of boxers are underpaid?
I think it's the process. I think it's like any job or any professional sport is when you start off. You start off on a very low pay, and you've got to work your way up. I think the bigger the sport gets, the bigger the pay gets, and that's why I like where we're building towards here in Australia, because the bigger we can build boxing in Australia, the bigger the pay becomes.
Yes.
And I think you see, like even with the NRL, they've just signed a $5.3 billion TV deal. If we had a $5.3 billion TV deal, we'd have billionaire fighters.
Yeah, correct.
But having that money in the sport, it helps to be able to divvy it all out. Yeah.
Do you think the boxing culture have evolved over the years, or comparing to the boxing culture back in the day where people just train and and do nothing else? Do you think boxers now have it more difficult than the boxers back in the day?
I think so. I think because the cost of living is a lot harder.
Yeah.
So the amount of time that you got to put into your boxing leaves not a lot of time to work and earn money on the side. So the cost of living, where you've got to be able to get access as well. You can't live in the country and get access to the best sparring. So you've got to be in a big city. A big city is expensive. So that makes it really hard. I think that is one of the toughest aspects for boxers coming through. And probably the other thing is the bureaucracy, the red tape that you've got to go through. I know, I've spoken to blokes like Jeff Malcolm, who's, I can't remember exactly how many fights he's had. He's had over 100. But he talked about how he used to fight one week, turn up and fight the next, and you just can't do that. Like you've got to go through different processes to be able to be ready for your next fight and tick all these boxes for the Combat Sport Authority to be able to do it. So you can't just rock up and fight as often as you want.
Coming from Singapore, a place where boxing is rising, meaning everyone is trying to do their part, trying to fight, trying to be a part of professional boxing, and even running a promotion. What advice do you have for the people who want to start a promotion or run a sports management company?
Be passionate, be prepared for hard times, because while you might always make it look like everything's going great, there's a lot of hardship and a lot of hard work going on in the background. So be prepared for long, hard hours and not getting back the reward straight away. Sometimes it takes a very long time to get the reward, but stick with it though too, because you get your moments, you get your great moments, and work on building a community and building a fan base and a support base. And one thing that I always try to pride myself on is that when I'm putting fights together, if it's a fight that I'd be interested in watching, I'm okay with it. If I've got something and I'm like, I wouldn't even want to watch that myself, or this event, I wouldn't want to be a part of this. I wouldn't want to turn up and watch it myself. So I try to make it into something that if I'm enjoying it, then surely there's another group of like-minded people who enjoy it.
Correct. Okay, so last question. You did rugby before, right? You had a good career. How long was it again?
12 years.
12 good years.
Yeah.
If you could play rugby forever with no injuries, fit all the time, or being a boxing running a sports management, which one would you pick? They pay the same wage.
That is a good question. It is also a good thought to be able to feel fit and healthy for your entire life. Yeah. My biggest thing right now is that when people ask if I'd still like to play, it's like, no, because I don't feel like I could. But if I felt fit and ready to be able to do it, I'd do it every day of the week. You know, to get people talk about being the man in the arena, get the opportunity to be out there and actually be amongst it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the confrontation. I love the action of it. So yeah, I would choose to be playing.
Right now?
Yeah, it's making me feel a little
like,
bit itchy.
Ooh, tingly.
And at the same time, I love doing what I'm doing now too. So yeah, if I was fit and healthy, I reckon I'd probably be like, nah, I gotta run.
It's difficult to pick one.
It is difficult. It's difficult.
All right. Thank you for, being a part of this.
Yeah,
Thank you.
good.
I've got a souvenir for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It's nothing, not much the box. You've not been to Singapore.
No, I haven't.
Not sure
It's on the
why.
list, though.
Not
It's on
sure
the
why.
list. Yeah.
So when you come to Singapore, I'll host you.
Yeah.
This is something I bring from Singapore. It's called kaya jam.
Yeah.
It's a jam where you put on your toast. So toast, butter,
Yeah.
and kaya jam.
Yeah.
It's really
I
good.
appreciate
It's
that.
sweet.
Thank you very much.
Give it a try and tell me how you feel.
And thank you for explaining to me how to have it, because what they get wrong when they give people Vegemite to taste, they
Paulo,
say,
aku
take it straight
say.
out of the jar.
Yeah.
You meant to say, get your toast, put your butter on it, put Vegemite on it.
I love Vegemite and not the Aussie in the house. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.